Hi everyone, this is Artemis HD doing a weapons review in Battlefield 1 of the M1919 SMG. In this video I will be going over and doing a review of this and talk about the real one compared to the one in the game, and see the similarities and common mistakes in historic accuracy with this firearm design in the game. First of all, let's start. Okay, we're going to go over also a little bit of history about this firearm also. The M1919 SMG, or M1919 Thompson, because that's what they call it, it's a Thompson, was made in Hartford, Connecticut at a Colt Arms factory. It is chambered in 11.4mm or .45 ACP Colt round. It did not feature a rear nor front iron sight, though in the game they do have a front iron sight with it. It also did not feature a buttstock, so the only thing I think that's historically accurate for the firearm in Battlefield 1 right now is just the front iron sight. The rest of it is all 100% historical accuracy with the firearm at its design. The man who made it was John T Thompson. He was also a general in the United States Army at the time. He actually was an observer several times over in Europe during World War I, before even America even entered the war. And for one part reason, he actually started doing weapon designs and experiments of his own designs. He originally wanted to help. We were staying neutral at the time, and we wanted to help some of the European countries that were fighting against Germany. Obviously, Woodrow Wilson really tried his best to keep us out of the war, but sooner or later we would have to fight too. The earlier prototypes, just like the Annihilator, featured European standard design with an air-cooled barrel shroud cover. And that shroud cover would also supposedly be helpful for improved accuracy and protects the inner barrel. Obviously it made the gun a little more heavier because that was a really big barrel shroud, and it was really thick and heavy to be even wrapped around the whole gun. So Thompson later designed a better one, and that was this one in 1917. Going into 18, that was much lighter. I think it only weighed 8.5 to 9 pounds. So yeah, it was very light, that aspect. Actually, in mid-1917, when the United States entered the war, his idea came strongly again after several action battle reports happened in Flanders Field when American forces failed to take trenches from the Germans. He immediately wrote to the War Ordnance Military Department at that time, where he actually had enough funding now, and he saved up enough money to go to the Colt Arms factory in Hartford, Connecticut to go manufacture his first prototypes. His first prototype was obviously, finally, the prototype that would be shipped to Europe, and that would be the M1919, or would have been called the M1918 Thompson. He made it lightweight, so the average ordinary infantryman would carry it across no man's land. It would also have been lightweight, so he could drag it and crawl on his belly to trench. He designed it, and what he said, a trench broom, designed to wipe out whole companies and units of enemy forces with a single-handed man carrying this firearm. That's one of his so-called quotes that he wrote in a memo when making this firearm. 150 of these firearms of the M1919 Colt Thompsons were shipped to Europe in November of 1918, though it was a little too late. The guns were still on ships when the paper was signed and were shipped back home after the war. There, they went back and sat in Colt Arms factory for a while. Thompson at that point was retired out of the military and wanted to sell it commercially, and some of them were refurbished, though there is 11 of them, of the original prototypes, in existence to this day. One's in a Military Institute Museum, college. Another one's actually in the National Firearms Museum in the United States, publicly on display. and the other 9 are actually in private collections and rarely get seen a lot altogether. But the collectors know the historical value of those firearms and do once in a while cooperate with both museums and have a display once in a while of Thompson guns. Now the review of actually this gun. The pros and cons of this firearm is that it's well suited for trench warfare environments, just like the real counterpart. It's also well suited for urban environments, so it's like great for clearing out rooms. It's great at hip and gunning, and running and gunning at the hip, just like the Annihilator. Though I will say that it's better accuracy at engaging targets longer distance and aiming sights. The Annihilator was a little harder to aim down sights and engage targets at longer distances without burst control, and that's another topic I'm going to come up to. Because of the iron sight here, it's well suited for engaging enemy soldiers at greater and longer distances, and very more accurate, and regains accuracy more by aiming down the sights more. Though because of its 20 round detachable box magazine, you will be running out of ammo if you do not pay attention. Those times I did not pay attention, and I ran out of ammo, and I actually died because of that. So I think you should be definitely self-conscious of how much ammo you're going to be using from this firearm. And if you're a running gunner, it's great for you at hip firing. If you're somebody who's tactical, like to aim down the sights, it's also great for engaging targets, enemies. The con part is it's only got a 20 round detachable box magazine, just like the real one that came with that, but it also came with drum mags. So I really hope that they implement in Battlefield 5 when that comes out, one of the variant Thompsons in the game should be allowed to have a drum mag. Both M1921s and M1928s did come with drum magazines, and I just really hope they allow us to have at least a drum mag. I feel that this gun is underpowered because it has no drum magazine. But that continues the end of the review. I really hope that this video was enjoyable. I really hope that you guys loved the content of this video, and if I missed anything, please comment below. If I made a mistake, please comment below. This is Artemis HD. I'll see you guys all on the battlefield.